What if I told you that a spark of transformation started in ONDO, but not the kind you'd expect from a tech training program? But God, in His infinite wisdom, had other plans. It wasn't just interested in what their hands could create on a computer screen. It was after something deeper, their hearts, their souls. This wasn't just a workshop on video editing, website creation, or graphic design. This was a call, a divine appointment for the SS3 students at the crossroad of their lives, a moment in time orchestrated for eternal purposes. And it was here that the work of God began. They came eager to learn, but behind their eagerness, many carried burdens that weighed heavy on their young hearts. Doubts about their future, struggles that no one knew about, silent questions about their purposes and their worth. But God knew. He always knows. As the mentors and organizers began teaching them digital skills, they weren't just equipping them for the future. They were speaking life to their souls, one conversation at a time. They weren't just learning about pixels and coding. They were learning about a love so powerful, so unconditional, that it changes everything. One by one, the students began to open up, and one by one, they encountered Jesus. There was something electric in the air, something you couldn't quite explain. It wasn't just in the technology we brought, but in the way Christ was moving through the room. It was there in the smiles of the mentors, in the laughter of the students, and in that quiet moments. They were no longer just students in a class. They were seekers, hungry for something more, something eternal. And right there, amidst the lessons on digital skills, they found it. They found Jesus. And it wasn't far off. It was close as the breath they're drawing. It was waiting for them, waiting to lead them into a life more abundant than they ever imagined. And as mentors gathered them in small groups, speaking quietly, sharing the truths of the gospel, something incredible began to unfold. It wasn't planned, it wasn't rehearsed. It was simply the sound of voices that had tasted freedom. They began to sing not just with their lips, but with their hearts. And as they sang, you could feel the presence of God wrapping around them like a warm embrace. sang songs of hope, songs of grace, songs of victory, overwhelmed by the love of Christ, surrendering their lives to the one who has called them by their names. This was more than transformation. This was a divine exchange, a heart for a heart, their burdens for his peace. We watched as many of these students, some for the first time in their lives, bowed their heads and asked Jesus to take over. They weren't just chained on the outside, their hearts were made new. They stepped out of that classroom not just with skills for future, but with an eternal hope. This wasn't just about what they could do with their hands or their minds. It was about who they could become in Christ. And what they became was sons and daughters of the living God. What burdens are you carrying? What questions lingers in your heart? Maybe like these students, you're searching for more. Maybe you've learned all the skills, tried all the tricks, but something still feels empty. That's because you are not just a mind or a body, you're a soul. Your soul longs for its creator. Today, as you listen to this, know that Jesus is reaching out to you, just as he did to the students in ONDO. He's calling you by name, inviting you to lay down your burdens, your fears, and your doubts at his feet. Let this be your moment of transformation, not just in what you do, but in who you are. The same Jesus who changed the lives of the students is here for you. It's closer than you think. All you need to do is say yes. And for those of you watching, wondering how you can become a part of something bigger, the answer is simple. Join us. The Life Eternal Youth Empowerment Foundation is not just about equipping students with skills, it's about equipping hearts with the love of Christ. We are on a mission to transform lives through the work of God, one student at a time. Partner with us, invite us to your schools, to your communities. Let us bring this life-changing message to more young souls, because the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. Together, we can continue the work of God, transforming lives not just for the present, but for eternity. Will you be a part of this mission? The students in ONDO have found the way. Now it's your turn.